Welcome to episode 5 of the Green Future Ghana podcast geared towards climate change. Today, we are bridging the gap between policy and action, and we are talking climate change impacts in Ghana, from the coastal erosion in the south to the dry seasons in the north. And to help us understand the strategy behind the action, we are joined in the studios by a passionate advocate from the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, in person of Ms. Lucia Agbango, who is an Assistant Programs Officer for Climate Change. Welcome, Ms. Lucia.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
I'm glad to be here.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good. How about you?
Great. I'm also good. Thank you.
Good to know.
So, Lucia, we would like to start smart, okay? And go straight to the point because we know you are one of the professionals and we cannot waste your time. Yes. So many people see the EPA as just a policing body. Right. But as an assistant programs officer for climate change, your role is more about shaping the future. And we really, really appreciate how, best you are tackling this. So the first question is, in one sentence, can you tell us what the core mission of your climate change unit is and some of the strategies for 2026?
Just a little update. We are no longer climate change unit.
Okay.
We are now climate transition.
Okay,
and
climate
ozone
transition
directorate.
Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take notes. They are now no longer climate change units. They are
climate transitions and ozone directorate.
Thank you so much for that clarification.
Yeah. So basically, these are two different units that have been combined. We have the climate change and the ozone unit layer as well. So for the climate change, our main mandate is the implementation of the Paris Agreement. Yes, it's the main implementation of the Paris Agreement. Okay. And also ozone, they also implementing the Montreal Protocol.
Okay.
Yes, working on the ozone depletion and stuff. But also our mission as the climate change unit is to advise the minister. The climate and the Environmental Protection Authority is actually an authority now. Yes, our mother ministry is the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. So we provide the technical aspect to our mother ministry, especially the minister. We advise him on climate stuff, and then through that we come up with policies. Yes, and when these policies come about, it's also the EPA's mandate to implement these policies. So basically, that's what we do. We implement the Paris Agreement and also we implement policies.
That's amazing. So basically, you are the backbone for the minister, advising the minister and,
technical issues.
Technical issues. Yeah. That's amazing. You are doing a great job right there. Thank you so much. So if you had to explain your daily job to, let's say the layman on a daily activity, the students in Ghana, using a non-technical, analogy, what would it be? How is it like?
Are you asking based on my day-to-day activities in my office?
Yes, the day-to-day activities as...
Okay. So because of the whole carbon market mechanism that has been rolled out in Ghana, we engage with a lot of international clients and local clients as well. Most of these international clients come into the office to make inquiries about the carbon market approaches, the carbon market arrangements that we have in Ghana here. And even we have local project developers as well that come to gain insights on what the carbon market is about, the procedures and the measures in place. And our doors are always open to assist. And then that aside, our office is responsible for communicating initiatives that Ghana is undertaking under the NDC's nationally determined contributions, not the political party.
Yes.
We are responsible for reporting back to the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework on Climate Change, Convention on Climate Change, Yes, so we are responsible for that. So normally on a daily basis, we come together and see which report is next, because we have different reports that we present to them at different intervals. So based on what reports we are supposed to do, we come together as a group and distribute it accordingly for everyone to work on their part and bring it together. Then we submit to the UNFCCC.
Sounds very, very hectic. No wonder we did not find you guys when we came to your office.
It's a lot.
You are always on the go.
We are always on the go. There's always something to be done in our space. There's always something. And this is a new space. The whole carbon market mechanism is a new space. So people want to be involved. And it lies with us to create awareness and to carry people along. So it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
Wow. I can only imagine. And I mean, as I stated earlier, you guys are doing a great job. Something, an advocacy like this is not easy at all to tackle.
Not at all.
And it takes a very, you know, strict policies to, you know, put in place. So we really, really do appreciate it. So what kind of challenges do you find, I mean, in your day-to-day job, what do you find most challenging but yet promising in Ghana right now?
Most challenging, yet promising.
Yeah.
Mainstreaming of climate change policies.
Okay.
The thing is, there's a very huge gap between formulation of policies and implementation of them.
Yes, very, very.
There's a huge gap. And in Ghana, I think that one of the challenges we are facing is that
the implementation itself. It's easy to, you know, lay it down, but how to implement it?
So, for example, let's say for the carbon market, for example, we have a lot of projects under our pipeline, which are very, very environmental friendly projects that will bring a lot of development to local communities.
Amazing.
But then the community members are most likely not to appreciate the project because they don't even know. They, like I was telling you earlier, they want the now.
They don't understand the big dream.
The big dream, the long-term goal. They don't know it. Or let me say they don't appreciate it, which is equally understanding. Because if you tell me that I have to forgo my farmland for you to reserve the forest, and you are not giving me an alternative livelihood,
how will I feed?
I will just agree to whatever you are saying, but I'll still go back there. So I think that the gap between policies and then implementation. But I also see that carbon market is an avenue to unlock a lot of finances.
Certainly.
Yes,
certainly.
And to improve local communities. Because if you decide to develop a project in a community, it should come with development goals. The people should get some form of employment from it. The people should get some sort of social amenities from it. And then it should be able to, I mean, by selling these credits, there's some revenue that Ghana gets from it as well. So if we are able to bridge the gap between climate action and implementation on the ground, I think we can unlock more finances and also improve our local communities.
I believe so too, and I agree with you 100%. It's about time we are able to, you know, dwell on the implementation more, because as you said, I believe in your department you have laid down a lot of policies, but it's left with the action itself. That's why, as I stated earlier, we are talking, you know, bridging the gap between the policy and action. So I'm really, really hoping that we are able to, you know, look back at this.
But so just to add a bit to that, so currently with the carbon market mechanism and projects that are under that pipeline, there are certain procedures you have to go through. So because in the past we weren't doing it, but now we have taken it upon ourselves to see to it that projects that are on the ground actually have positive impact on the locals,
not
on the
just
community.
Do anything.
So recently we had the chance to go to the various projects that are being implemented now to see if indeed what they say on paper is what is on the ground.
Wow.
Do you understand? So that we can bridge that gap. If indeed what you are saying, the people agree, they accept your project, and then they've seen the signs that indeed it's going to bring some development to them, then of course, why not? But if there isn't that, then we are likely not to proceed with the project. So that is what our office is also doing to help in that regard.
That's amazing. That's very brilliant, because yes, as you stated, anybody at all can put something on paper. But at the end of the day, it's very good that you guys have started to actually check them to be able to know that they are really doing what is meant to be done. So let's look back. I mean, climate change isn't just a future threat. It's happening. It's happening now. We see unpredictable rain, higher temperatures, and all of that. So based on your time at EPA, what has been the biggest journey moment? Let's say a time when the EPA strategy actually changed because of maybe feedback from the community. As you stated earlier, the community people, they are not able to understand, grasp the importance of this initiative. So what has been, like, the journey change, the upgrade for you, something that you changed within the time?
So just like I mentioned earlier, in the past, before a project is able to sail through to meet we have a carbon market committee that sits on projects. So we send your project to them, what you said you would do, they review the project, we invite you. That's if you've gotten to that stage. There are stages you have to pass through to get there. So if you get to that stage, then before your project can be sat on, we usually do not go to the field. But we got feedback from local communities complaining. So we decided that we have to mainstream it. We have to make it a part of our job, to go to the field to see what is on the ground. So because of that, it has changed the whole process now. Field visits is now mainstreamed into whatever activities we do. Yes, and before you move to the next stage, you would have seen that indeed your project is feasible. And also another thing that I would say has changed is, the whole fight against illegal mining. I don't want to go deep into it, but I just want to say something about it briefly. Initially, we thought that maybe reinforcement of rules will be one of the things that would make the people stop. Yes, of course, it's a route that we can use, but the people are complaining. Lack of employment for the youth.
Thank you, that's number one.
And so if we've not been able to find an alternative livelihood for them, asking them to leave their galamsey, it won't work.
It's not possible. And
so some of these challenges, and also we have to take into account that it is chiefs that own lands in Ghana here. So whatever action we want to take, we have to include them. Include the heads of the communities. Also think of alternative livelihoods. So due to this feedback that we got, it has also helped change our strategy towards the fight against illegal mining.
That's very good. I mean, taking your first point, this means that, let's say, if it was at first, when we came to your office, we would have definitely met your presence because you were always there. But now you listened to the people, and you are mostly on the field. And yes, about the galamsey issue, I mean, definitely, they keep on complaining that the government is not providing job opportunities. Most of them engaged in that are university graduates. They are just staring at their certificates. So they're like, I mean, recently, I don't know if you saw the trending news whereby they went to damage some of the machines, and they did a video confidently saying that if you damage it today, in the next 5 hours, we will get another one. Like,
because they have the money.
Thank you. They have the money. And I mean, we've gotten to the point where there's no fear even instilled in them, because
there's no fear.
They are surviving on this. So you can't say anything, but we are really hoping for change. But we like that at least you've taken, the first step. So we know about climate negotiation experts being developed. How exactly do you make sure the results from conferences like COP are actually applied in local markets or districts? How do you implement all of that?
So COP, Conference of Parties, it has to do with a collective body of both developing and developed countries, they come together to sit on issues, to deliberate on issues, look at progress, and then make decisions. So these decisions that they make at COP, okay, the various parties take it back to their countries, and mainstream it in their national policies. So, for example, the NDCs,